Hey guys, here we are. We're going to start measuring some roofs for some holiday lighting. So at this point, we already talked to the client on the phone. We pre-qualified them, got a feel for like what they were interested in, and we want to provide a quote for them. So the first thing we're going to do is go to this little plus sign down here, click that, and we're going to select create a project. Now right here, all I did in Real Green was I copied all their contact information. So I'm saying Control V, I'm going to paste that over. And now I just take these pieces of information, I hit Control C, Control V, and I kind of just take it as I go. Michigan 48154. Okay, then we create. So at this point, we want to get our sketch together. So I go to Sketch, and there's my house right there. How do I know it's my house? Because I live there, and that's my house. But you could always look on Google Maps and try to find like boundaries and landmarks to go from there. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom in or zoom out. So maybe it's not in the right house. But we're gonna zoom in, get that little X right in the middle of the house, that little plus, and we're gonna hit Preview Image Options. So we get uh, a couple free images. Then we get these premium ones that cost us credits. We try to save these for like really hard roofs. Typically, the free ones are fine. So we're going to select this one. This is the better of the two. Okay, now it's asking us to put this like right in the middle. I think it's good, so I'm just going to save. All right, so I zoom in a little bit. Now we're going to start measuring the roof. We got to draw it first. So the first thing I do is I go to draw. You see all this stuff, line length. We really don't mess with this stuff too much. Everything we do is pretty much down here. Um, so I'm going to do my house. It's pretty intricate. I want to make sure that we do it, and I'll show you guys all kinds of weird stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the eaves. The eaves, there's a diagram that I have for you guys. It'll show you what all the different parts are, but eaves are just the sides that are flat. So the first thing you do is you hit that Eve thing, and then you left click to get it to start. And then you go down here. I go to the corner. I left click again, and it continues going. And I left click here. Here, I'm trying to get this really accurate as possible. All right. Now we're at the end of all the eaves. This is the last one. All right. Everything else is something called something else other than an eve. So at this point, I'm going to left click, and you see I can still go over, but now I'm going to right click, and that disappears. Okay. Pretty easy. Now I'm going to go to a different part of the roof, which is called a rake. That's where it's like a slanted area of the roof. This is in the front of my house, and you'll see these, but I'm going to go all the way here, and you can kind of see there's a line here at the roof, and that's where you got to go to right there, and you go right here. Now I have this extra piece again. I right click and it's gone. This is what the rake is. That's why I could see that line. Now I've got to create some other stuff. So I have this picture that I have for you guys. Um, we have ridges. I'm not as good at these two. We have ridges, which the top would be a ridge. We have hips. We have valleys. We have ridges, all that stuff. So um, some of the stuff we label and some of the stuff we don't. But anyway, so I gotta prepare myself for when was that a ridge? Okay. So what we're gonna do is the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna select ridge. I got lots of ridges that we do at my house. So we go here to that middle piece, and then there's a little. I just know this because my roof. There's a little piece right here, and then it goes to about right here. I'm very familiar with my roof, so that's why I know that we did my roof last year. So now we have a hip, which goes from here all the way down to here. See, I still have this piece over, right click, and it disappears. I got a hip from here all the way over to here. I got another one from here to here. And now I got to check my roof. Let's see. It goes over. You know what? This side actually goes down right over here. So we have another, now we have a valley that goes here to here. Right click it, we go here to here. So like this is really close. Obviously, like some of this stuff isn't like exactly on because 1920, it's pretty close. So, we just want to get as close as possible. Now let's say I messed up and and this was supposed to be a rake. Well, I go over to here to rake and I just selected. I select rake and I did. Now let's say like, oh shit, I messed up. You hit back right here. It's simple as that. Just hit that little back button. Um, so everything's right. You can go forward if it messed up back, but not a big deal. Now on my roof, when we measure here, we know the length, but since we're measuring overhead, this has altitude on it, and it goes up. So we know like if we were to go straight across, this might be 10 feet, but this is going to be a different measurement. So there's a pitch cheat sheet that I have for you guys, so you guys can look at it. Yeah, basically just so you guys know. So it's, without seeing the pitch sheet in your hand, it might be a little hard. But what you would do now is you'd go to the facets. And you're going to go to the pitch. Now we want to get the pitch of the roof. The only pitch that we're really, well, actually we're going to be doing all of them because we got to worry about these hips. So my pitch is about a 5. I know that. I just looked at the sheet. We practiced. What you do is you hold your sheet up to this measurement right here. These measurements are typically all the same in a house, and that's what we've been doing. So mine is a 5. So we're going to use that on the house. So we're going to go 5. Although it already did it. Well, let's just say like you don't have something, a pitch on a certain area. You select it 0. And you just go over here. Oops, let's try back. We'll do it the way I want to do it. 5. You go there. You hit 5. 5. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, okay, apparently you can't put it right on the number for some reason. But like, let's say this was wrong. You go like this and hit 0. And apparently if you go like this and you hit this plus button, it changes them all to 5. So we're good right now. We're going to hit done. We got our measurement. Okay. So now we have our sketch. Now for quoting purposes, I like to send over a I want to send over our the actual measurement so they can actually say, hey, we measured your roof. This is it. So we go to details. I'm sorry, darn it, images. So we go over here to images, and now we have this image of my house. What you don't want to do is right click and save image as. This is the image, this box. So it sometimes puts these right close to the edge where you can't read the numbers. You're going to have to create a snipe. If my snipe tool ever pop up, I can't find it. New, and then you create a snipe, file, save as, and then I would put Ryan Shiplet roof app, and then save it in the folder that you want to save it in. Let's put it to my desktop for now. So that's something that you're going to email the client. Now, in order to get like estimate, for the estimate to do the Adobe, we're going to need to get the measurements. So I'm about to finish this video here, but just the last thing I'm going to show you guys is where the measurement is. So these are all the measurements on my roof: the eaves, the rakes, the ridges, the hips, and the valleys. So this is the measurements you'll need to enter into our calculator, and that's really it for roof measuring. Let me see if there's nothing else. It's pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, the hardest thing is figuring out the pitch. So, till next time, guys.